This is Noah Tebow from VCA Church with an honest discussion on God's provision. Now, every day I get older and I look back on my life, I realize just how much God has done for me in every stage of my life. And in one particular instance, this past year, God really came in big time for me. And it really just showed me how much He is in control and how much He cares about me and provides for me. So I have a savings account. I had worked for full-time for a few years prior to going to school, and I saved up money. I put it into a savings account, and I had a decent amount saved up. And so that way, when I quit my job to become a student, I had some money saved for emergencies and whatever else I might have needed it for. And over winter break, I was home and I got a notification from my bank that I had taken too many withdrawals from my savings account and that they were going to charge me like an overdraft fee basically. And I was confused because it's my savings account. I don't use it, I don't take any money out of it. So I go to check, see what's going on, and I don't check my savings account as much as I should have. And sure enough, somebody had been taking money out of my savings account through a PayPal account at like $4 at a time. And there's like 10 of these transactions going on every day. And sure enough, I looked at the account and they had taken about $2,000 from my savings account in the matter of a few weeks. And I had no idea, I just wasn't paying attention. And naturally, having not been working at the time, being unemployed, with no future sight as to when I would start working again, $2,000 was a lot of money to just lose in a matter of weeks. And I was frustrated, I was scared, I didn't know what to do. I had no idea if this was going to continue, I didn't know how to stop it, and it was a very stressful period of time. So I called up my bank, I told them what was going on, and they shut down the account. And long story short, I had to go open up a new account. They moved what money was left, and they said, we're going to open up a claim, we'll let you know. And I didn't hear back from the bank for at least a few weeks. It took some time, and I was just sitting there with my savings account basically half empty at that point, not knowing what was going to happen next, if this was going to start up again. And eventually, at a moment when I really just needed that money and was really needing something to just sort of boost my spirits, if you will, I get an email. They say that the claim has gone through, they're going to refund my money, and they gave me basically all my money back in a moment when I really needed it the most. And this was a great lesson for me about just the provision of God, that even in the moment when it first happened, I was scared, I was frustrated, I didn't know what was going to happen next, but I just sat back and said, you know what, I'm going to do what I can do and leave the rest in God's hands. And it took some time, and eventually it worked out. And like I said, every day as I get older, I see more and more of these times, whether they're big incidences like that or much smaller things where God has provided for me, He has opened a door for me or made something work out, and I maybe didn't even realize it in that moment. Psalms 37, verse 25 to 26. I have been young, and now I am old, yet I have not seen the righteous forsaken or his children begging for bread. He is ever lending generously, and his children become a blessing. And it's so true. If you're a young person, if you're an old person, God does not let His children beg. He does not let His children go unprovided for. And regardless of what situation you're in right now, there is a way out, and God will provide. As crazy as it might seem, whether it's getting gas to get home or you're $2,000 short, God can provide for you. And it might take time, it might come in different ways or different forms, but God will provide, He will open those doors, and He will take care of you. And as you get older, those problems don't go away, but you start to see it more and more and more. And so I encourage you, whether you're young, whether you're old, just hold on to what God has done for you, and remember that He will stay true to His promises, He will continue to provide for you, and nothing is too big for God to solve. And for more full-length sermons and new content daily, visit vcachurch.com.